The final race of the Gatorade Cup Series Season number 5 here from Homestead, Miami Speedway for the Chevy 400 Championship on the line for 2 drivers. Here this afternoon, we'll take a look at them as we go through our 42-car field. Jay Jefferson, the 1, has the pole. 2 is outside at 30th, William Seaman. Then 30th, you have Francis Dustin, Brandon Tharp in 4th, and Max Aronson rounding out the top 5. 2 is outside in 6th, you have Jason Smith Jr., 7th, Keegan Thompson, Avi Hernandez in 8th, Josh Rio 9th, and Jeff Wright rounding out the top 10. Then the rest of the field, starting 11th, is your points leader. Luigi has by 2 points coming into this race. Slim 2 points. Who's outside the 20 of Case Meal? They got Michael Canto and Derek Bouchard behind him. Kevin Bannon, second in points. Remember, 2 points back. Those are the only 2 that have a shot at the championship. To the inside is the 48, Isaac Nichols. They got Marcus Tachi and Trey Rainey, TJ Hanley and Brady Wormnest. Then Evan Hunter and Alex Stewart. Adam Lewis and Derek Hamill. Alexander Rowan, Carter Friesen. Then Eli Bright and Levi Schoens. Andrew Miller and Tim Gary, Jonathan Beeford and Julius Anderson, Joe Jefferson and John West, then Patrick Smith and Luke Rainey, Riley Sprague-Tube and Cynthia Bright, Wyatt Walker and Tim Randolph, and then rounding out the field last season's champion Michael Gregory in the 29, and who's outside 42nd is the 9 of Justin Heath. That's your 42-car field here at Homestead as we get set to go racing for the championship, the final race of the season. Let's get our command. Avi Hernandez not going to get going from the 8th position right there. Something wrong with the 78 car. Now, can these guys on the outside, Jeff Bright, can they get caught up in time for the green flag to start? So, final race of the season. 2 drivers have a shot at the championship. 1 will leave as champion. 2 points separate them. We're going to find out who gets the championship. After 41 laps, the pace car is in. They will come back to the restart zone. We're underway for Miami. Down the backstretch they come. Jay Jefferson clears from the pole to get to the race lead, but behind Max Aronson coming hard, and here comes Keegan Thompson as well as they race through 3 and 4, and off of 4 they will come. Lap 1 going to be led by the guy who started on pole. Jay Jefferson leads lap number 1 here at Homestead. Behind them racing hard for that second position. Up the track goes Max Aronson. Francis Dustin with a run off the corner, but here comes William Seaman, going to make it 4 wide for second down the back. Very close right there. Thompson backs out, gets back up in line behind the 83. Some of these drivers are going to be racing aggressively, even though, like chasers are, even though they're not in contention for the title, they're still in contention to get top 10s, top 5s, top 3 in points. So anything, anything that they can do to try and help out their cause, they're going to do. Like Jeff Bright right now, 3rd in points coming into this race. He wants to obviously keep that. Look at Luigi being aggressive on the bottom lane. Going to make it 4 wide down this back. Contact with Josh Meal. He saves it. That could have been it for Luigi. He saved the car, keeps it going. There's still 4 wide stacked up. Look at Trey Rainey gonna make a 4 wide in the 56. Oh, they are stacked up right here. Trey Rainey really down low. He might get down the apron right here. He does. It slows his corner entry. He's getting it back up though. He didn't slow it down too much, but allowed the 42 get clear. Now can Luigi try and pull away from Kevin Bannon. Oh, behind the big crash. Patrick Smith won them around. And Joe Jefferson as well in the 39. Justin Heath hard to the inside wall. Gregory, Evan Hunter, and Luke Rainey. Max Aronson just taking the race lead. Hilly is back to the stripe with Jay Jefferson in 2nd. As a caution comes out early on, Joe Jefferson, his day is done. Evan Hunter and Justin Heath have damage. Luke Rainey with damage. Michael Gregory with damage. Tim Randolph gets away as it looked like one of the first cars I saw go around with Patrick Smith in the 51. Let's check out what happened to bring out caution number 1 here tonight. Just a big cluster of cars, 3 and 4 wide. Joe Jefferson right here in the 39. I believe that is that the 34 Derek Bouchard. Yes, it is the 34 Derek Bouchard. Jefferson's going to get into him off of the corner, down into Wyatt Walker, and then spins them up into the pack. Patrick Smith hits the wall, keeps it going straight. Michael Gregory gets damaged right there. Justin Heath hard into the inside wall like that. Evan Hunter also goes around. Miller through the middle, able to get away. Isaac Nichols with some damage there in the number 48. Gregory goes up, hits the wall a few times. Luke Rainey goes around that. I'll start right. I believe the 39 kind of washed up off the corner a little bit higher than he was expecting and turned him around. Walker does a great job saving the car and not hitting anyone else. Jeff Bright barely able to avoid it. And then number 5. Oh, some pretty hard hits right there. Cynthia Bright able to narrowly miss it there in the number 24 car. Tough break for Joe Jefferson. He was up there towards the middle of the chase field, I guess you could say. He was looking for a top 5 in points. You can see Carter Friesen also some damage in the number 99. So he hit pretty hard. Miller somehow escaping through the middle. It's actually gone board Joe Jefferson in the 39. He is in the chase. He has a ton of damage to that car, and it's most likely going to take him out of this race. Spinning wildly there. Definitely going to be a little bit dizzy after that one. Jeff Bright in the 5 trying to hold on to his 3rd position in the points. I believe he was able to just miss this. So John West also did a great job gassing up through the middle and getting by. So just getting back to the stripe, Max Anderson barely took the lead from Jay Jefferson. He led us back to the stripe. And some cars hit pit road. Looks like the 9 is the first one of those guys to hit it. Also looks like the 38 of William Seaman going to be the first car down pit road. So some strategy here, some mixed strategies. Kevin Bannon has come down pit road. So he's going to get off sequence with the 42 and try and get up there. Looks like it's just going to be fuel only for these guys. Yeah, fuel only for William Seaman. Everyone going to take fuel only. They might think they have to make some bigger adjustments to these cars and possibly make it just a little bit better. Kevin Bannon leaves. Can he beat? Nope, Seaman's going to get out in front. So, a ton of cars actually stay out. Seaman going to be the first off of pit road. And it's going to be a wild restart up front. The 83 of Max Anderson. He'll lead us back to the green flag. Coming back to the restart, lap number 9, Max Anderson out front. So a chaser, Joe Jefferson, is retired from this race along with Avi Hernandez. We have 39 cars and lead lap 40 left in the race. Max Anderson will restart in front. Second will be Jay Jefferson. Third, Keegan Thompson. Fourth, Josh D'Amio. Fifth, Michael Canto. Then Brian Tharp in 6th, Koluigi 7th. 8th, Jason Smith Jr. TJ Hanley 9th, and Francis Justin 10th. Set to restart in 11th, Trey Rainey is blowing up under caution. Not the way the 56 team wanted to end their season. Such a great run going here tonight. And just goes up in smoke. That's a really, really tough break for Trey Rainey. I know he's obviously devastated because of that. So pace cars in. Max Anderson out front for this restart. They come to the start-finish line into the restart zone. We are back racing here at Homestead. The guy got off pit road in front. Williams even sets to restart in the 30th position. It'll be interesting to see that as Justin Heath very slow on the inside with damage. He's going to let the front few go on by. See cars going to the high side. That's where you want to be right here unless the 9 absolutely moves up off to the corner. But if cars stay to the high side, looks like they will, the inside not going to be the place because they race down this backstretch. Yeah, trying to get out of the way, you just can't. There's not a lot of room, but really holding up that inside lane. Kevin Bannon, one of them on the inside, not what he wants. As look for the race lead, Thompson going to make it 3 wide. Jefferson into the middle. Some contact there with the 98, and they're 3 abreast down the front stretch. Big battles looking to make it 4 wide. Michael Canto, Jefferson rubbing with Max Anderson. I believe the caution has come out. They're wrecking. Big crash trying to get around Justin Heath. Where's the 18? Is the 18 in it? Looking for Kevin Bannon. Does he have damage? I believe he somehow was able to escape it. The yellow will come out, and Jay Jefferson will lead the field back to the stripe. As they stacked up trying to get around the 9, and they wrecked once again Cynthia Bright, Isaac Nichols, John West, Derek Bouchard, Andrew Miller, Jonathan Buford, Julius Anderson, Evan Hunter, Wyatt Walker, Derek Hamill, Michael Gregory, and basically the whole field. I believe Bannon able to escape. He's up to the 20th position now. As let's check out what happened. Ran out caution number 2. I believe Julius Anderson is getting a little tired with Justin Heath's games right here and tries to spin him off the corner. Looks like they're getting him out of the way. Spins them down to the inside. Then Anderson comes back up and into Wyatt Walker. They were 5 wide. They just start hitting, colliding. Tim ran off Luke Rainey. Cynthia Bright barely into it at the end. Wipes out Heath. And Kevin Bannon, the seas parted for him, and he escapes through. Wow! Is that a championship winning move right there as they crashed everywhere around him, and the 18 somehow gets away unscathed. Amazing job there by Bannon. Look at this in real time. We're looking at it from a few different camera angles. Watch the 18 right there, right behind the 21, the red and white 21 right there, just at the left of your screen. Car's checkup. I don't know if he got some front end damage right there. He has an onboard camera, so we'll definitely check it out, because that is one amazing escape from that. He could have been wide up in that field, and we would have known our champion if he was in it. But now, if some chasers get caught up in this and are out of the race or slow, and we know that the 42 is up at the front, does this just limit the points that Code Luigi can lose and make it harder for Bandit to gain the points they need? Remember, Bandit has to gain 3 points. If he gains 2, it'll be a tie. Luigi gets the tiebreaker because he's higher in the full season point standings. The tiebreaker goes off of full season standings, not the amount of wins or anything you have. Let's go on board with Bandit and see how the seas parted in front of him. What a great job by Kevin Band to escape that. Jeff Bryant, the 5, right ahead of him. I believe that's another chaser that escaped through. They're crashing all to the right of him. He just goes right down into the grass and misses it. Does lose his position to the 18, but still has a race car left. John West in the A7 piles in. Wild crash there. So Jay Jefferson gets the lead back. He led us back to the caution flag. Be very interesting. Now they're hitting pit road. Everyone hitting pit road once again. So the cars that pitted, they're still coming down pit road. Be interesting to see what these guys do now. The guys that came down pit road, do they take 2? Do they take none? And what do these guys take? Jefferson into his pit stall. So it's going to be at least 2 tires. The 42 has a pit stall earlier. We'll see what Code Luigi does. Is it going to be 4 tires? It is. 4 tires for the 42 team. And I believe that's going to be everyone on pit road going to take 4. Luigi off pit road. Who leads them off is the question. Jefferson out of his pit stall, but I believe it's Katie Samito who will lead them out. And I believe the 20 car of Samito will be a race leader once we get back to the restart. Restart lap number 15. Katie Samito leads them off pit road and is out front. That crash had Justin Heath, Alex Stewart, Derek Hamill, and Wyatt Walker out of the race. Trey Rainey blew a header under caution, so he is out because of that tough break for them once again. We have 35 cars on lead lap. Technically 34. Nichols on the tail end of the lead lap. Case Mito's out front in second. You have Jay Jefferson, third. Keegan Thompson, fourth. Evan Hunter. Code Luigi holding a solid top 5 position. Exactly what he needs to do. Michael Cantone, 6th. TJ Hanley, 7th. Brand Tharp, 8th. Jason Spear Jr., 9th. And Adam Lewis, 10th. The 18 will restart towards the middle of the field. I believe that's around 20th position. Kevin Bandon is restarting 19th as they head to the restart zone. Samito out front. We're back racing. Jefferson makes a bold move to the inside. Gets beside the 20. Never passed her. Outside, that could be the place to be. Nichols very slow. Thompson and Case Mito get held up. They're splitting them 3 wide. Evan Hunter gets away to second. Code Luigi to third. TJ Hanley to fourth. They now head down the back stretch. Hanley makes a move. Bandon gets away on this inside lane, so he's trying to march up to the front. As they look now side by side for a second, Code Luigi. Bandon's come down pit road! The 18 peels off with an issue! Loose wheel we're hearing. We're hearing a loose wheel on the 18. And does that take him out of the championship fight? As 2 teammates lead the field down the back. Jay Jefferson, here comes Code Luigi to the bottom lane. Luigi has had a great chase the past 2 seasons. Last season wasn't in the chase. This season had an outstanding chase as well. He finished in the top 5 at Homestead last season. He's looking to repeat that. They're going to lap the 18 of Kevin Bandon. Bandon hits the exit of pit road. Hanley, he wants another points-paying victory in his Gatorade Cup Series career. It's been a chase he wants to forget. It's been seasons he's wanted to... Josh Lee almost spun back there. Bandon is now lapped down and has lost so many points to the 42 of Code Luigi. But anything can still happen. A crash with chasers involving the 42, and the 42 finishes the last of those chasers involved. Who knows what can happen? As they look side by side now, TJ Hanley with the run to the inside of the 42. Great run for that 30. Hanley with a big run down this back stretch. Eli Bright making it 3 wide for 4th. That 88 car trying to get something here before the season ends. So Hanley now out front. Jefferson to the wall pretty hard there in number 1. Luigi still stuck up top as Adam Lewis gets to the second position. 4-2 can now get down line as he will in third. The battle is still for fourth. Tharp on the outside, Eli Bryant on the inside. Jason Semino Jr. going to put the 88 in the middle now as they head the backstretch. Eli trying to hold tough in that middle lane, just couldn't get it done. But Semino Jr. gets a little tight down low. The 88 up the track a little bit. As we look for the race lead, Adam Lewis now attacking TJ Hanley. Great racing in the front three. Coming to 21 laps to go next time by. We're about halfway through the race. The 18 of Kevin Band now scored a lap down in the 34th position. And your points leader scored right now third, going for second, and he is right now your highest chaser. So he gets by TJ Hanley, clears him. He gets to second, Hanley back to third. As Riley Sprayotip looks for fourth. Look at that 47 car go. Hasn't been the season he wants, but look at him marching here. Gets inside the top 5. Marcus Sanchi pushing the 6 up the track a little bit. Getting into the 33 a little bit. They race down the back. Smith Jr. into the wall down the back stretch. So he was getting pushed off the track by the 43 and the 6. They're 3 wide. Front 3 stayed the same. Tharp through the middle trying to get clear. It looks like he'll be able to do it. Eli Bright way up high. Up into the wall. Dustin the same there. Smith Jr. now falling back as he hits the wall. Front 3 have pulled away. Adam Lewis leads them. Cole Luigi in second. TJ Hanley going for that second position. Riley Sprayotip in fourth. They will catch Isaac Nichols very shortly. That 48 obviously very, very slow. Riley Sprayotip gets away in fourth, so he's away from the pack. He's trying to catch those guys. Tharp in fifth. Sachi in sixth. Jeff Bright trying to hold his third position in points. He's right now going for that seventh position underneath Marcus Sachi. That 5 car looks awfully strong here. After missing those crashes, here he is up at the front now. Gonna get an update on where Kevin Bannon, the 18, is. Bannon at the back of this in 34th with some of the damaged cars. He's obviously faster than them, so he can pass those guys, but it wouldn't be for positions as he's a lap down, remember. Nichols now in the same straightaway as your race leaders. 3 cars still pull away. The battle for second is heating up as Hanley and Cole Luigi are not letting each other get away. Hanley trying to run down the 22 now as they will catch Nichols in 3 and 4. It looks like if not in 3 and 4, it's going to be down this front stretch. Lewis drives high in 3 and 4. Anticipating catching that 48. Does Nichols move up now? He stays down low. Lets the leaders have the preferred lane. That's smart right there. Get out of the way of the front 3. Moves up. Sprayotip's going to go high. 4th position gets on by. Now Jeff Bright and Baron Tharp, 2 chasers, 5th and 6th. Bright is Nichols' teammate, so Nichols should let him go right on by. There he goes around the outside. Baron Tharp goes around the outside as well. So Nichols doing a great job getting out of the way of the leaders. And they're just staying out of the way. You can see right here he's going to go to the bottom. Bottom place not going to be the B. Smil slides up trying to get around the 40. It gets a little loose doing that, but look at everyone getting on by. Nichols doing a great job getting out of the way of these guys. Yeah, I don't think he's held up one person. Oh, he's going to hold up Shones, though. And Smith trying to get a run to the inside. As we look up to the battle, first second, it looked like Luigi was side by side with Hanley, but backed off there. Hanley keeps that second position. As no one can touch the 22 Van Loose right now. He is out front and dominating. But still, about 15 laps to go. And now, not only is Luigi racing for the championship, he can also break a record here tonight. In season number 1, Kevin Bam, when he won the championship in the number 88 car, he scored 102 chase points. Ever since then, it's gone down, the number of chase points the champion has got. No one has gotten over 100 since then. So Cole Luigi going to look to get over 102 and break the record and get the record for the most points scored in the chase. He's looking to do that from the 3rd position. It'd be 11 points. He would get about 106 points after this season is done. Look for the race lead. TJ Hanley and Adam Lewis are side by side. Hanley has the preferred inside lane 1 and 2. He should be able to get it easily off turn number 2. Lewis keeping tough on the outside lane as they race down the backstretch side by side. Lewis into the wall a little bit, slows his momentum down. Hanley going to get right on by him in 3 and 4, it looks like. TJ showing he's here to play. So he gets out front here again at Homestead. Look at the battle for second. Cole Luigi now going for that second position. Adam Lewis fading back just a little bit. 42 loose off the corner, and Lewis keeps the second position. Now I can try and run that 3rd car back down. Hanley up the track a little bit tight. Lewis down the back. Has a run. Trying to get underneath the 30 once again. Gets back up in line. Sprayotip and Jeff Bright have caught, so it's now a 5-horse race at the front for now. As Lewis looks back to the inside of Hanley. Hanley had it for one lap, and he's going to lose it to Adam Lewis. As the 22 car now out front, he leads this lap. And something about Colucci, he dominated the whole season. He has a regular season points lead or full season points lead of over, I think, like 300, 400 points. So, he definitely deserves the championship. He has to just make it around 11 more laps. There was smoke on the backstretch as if there was a crash or something. The 40 of Nichols is on pit road with an issue. We'll check this out very quickly. I'm wondering if he possibly... Oh, the 18 of Kevin Bandon possibly getting a little frustrated. Spins the 48 to the inside, then hooks him up into the outside wall. And Bandon more damage than what he had. And now he's possibly going to be slower. As you look up to the race lead, Lewis has it. Riley Spiritu going for third, as they will catch William Seaman in 3 and 4. Lewis going to try and go around the outside. They might catch him down the straightaway, actually. Which lane prevails is the question. Lewis goes high. The inside lane with TJ Hanley is going to be the place to go. Hanley to the race lead. Spiritu going for second. And Jeff Wright, look at the run he has in the 5. He's going to go for second. Right to second in the number 5. He said he's trying to keep his third position in points locked up, finishing second. Second-highest chaser do just that. Lewis now going to try and get around Seaman. It's cost him all the ground he had. He was leading. He has dominated this race. Can he catch those front 4 once again? He gets by the 38 finally, but there is less than 10 laps to go now. Time is running out. Bright and Friesen are the next 2 ahead. Colucci slides up the track, pushes Riley Spiritu up the track just a little bit. Right now your front 3 are chasers as we hit the backstretch. Bright trying to catch Hanley. It's been a season Hanley has wanted to forget both Gatorade Cup and Target Series. He's pretty much out of contention in the Gatorade Cup Series and Target Series after the first 3 races. He was eliminated from Target contention after the round 1. And then here in Gatorade Cup has just not been a chase he's wanted to. He was basically eliminated after race 2, 3, 4 when he wasn't running that well. Jeff Bright was just eliminated a few races ago from contention. It was actually just last race, technically, since last race was the first time he didn't have a mathematical shot at the championship. He's looking to get win number 2 on the season. He's side-by-side with Hanley. He just won the Target Series championship yesterday, so he has a lot riding for him. Riding some momentum coming into this race. Looking to get a race of victory here tonight. He's side-by-side with Hanley. He's going to get on by him down the backstretch, but do the 99 and 24 play a factor in this? Can these guys get single filed out and get around them easily? Bright moves to the high side, but they're going to be side-by-side in front of him. Not what Jeff Bright wanted to see. Hanley going to look for a crossover right here. Which lane moves down the front stretch? Hanley going to go all the way to the bottom right here. It's his only shot. They're both caught behind the 99 and 24. Bright looking to split to the middle. Luigi going to go now to the bottom. 6 to go. And they're stuck behind the 99. Jeff Bright on the outside. Adam Lewis once again stuck behind a slower car. Bright moves low. And now for the racing, Luigi side-by-side with TJ Hanley. The final race of the season has come down to about 5 cars that have a shot. Luigi, Spiritu, Hanley, Jeff Bright, and Adam Lewis have 5 laps to determine a winner. It's just these 5 guys that have a shot. If the caution comes out, the race is over, and your championship leader is right now the one leading. They're 4 wide for second down the back. And there's only 5 cars in the pack. Shows how crazy they'll race for any position on the track. Hanley get again to the wall right here off of 4. Slows his momentum and possibly out of contention for a race win. Can he hold on to a top 5 spot though? Now 4 laps to go. There's still 3 wide. Bright with a big run around the outside. Can he get clear? Gets a little tight. There's still 3 wide coming to 3 laps to go. Luigi going to try and win the race and the championship. Trying to get a perfect day here tonight. Hanley back up. He's going to get by Jeff Bright for 4th as we now got 3 laps to go. The battle is still for second. It's allowing Luigi to pull away. As long as the 42 does not get held up by lap traffic, as long as he doesn't have a stumble, he will win here tonight and win the championship. Coming to 2 laps to go. Kevin Bandon is the next car ahead. Bandon's not really off. I guess he is off pace. He's going 184 down the straightaways. Luigi 192. And Lewis to second. Spiritu back to third. Now possibly even 4th as Hanley gets underneath him. Hanley to third. He's on a charge here late. 2 to go at Homestead. Lewis is going to try and run down the 42. He has about 1.5 laps to do it. He has been closing in just a little bit each lap. Last time by, about 0.2 faster. They head to the white flag this time. 2 cars now have a shot this victory. Through 3 and 4 and off of 4. The white flag for Code Luigi. One more time around Homestead. The final lap of the season. Code Luigi and Adam Lewis get battled out for the win. Lewis finished second here in a full finish to his teammate last season. Looking for redemption as they hit the backstretch. Code Luigi trying to hold off Lewis. To the inside goes the 22. Through 3 and 4. Lewis tight down low. Code Luigi up top. Drag race to the line as they come off of 4. The 22 of Adam Lewis will win at Homestead. And the 42 of Code Luigi finishes second, but is your Gatorade Cup Series Season number 5 champion. Adam Lewis redemption from last season as he gets the championship, or he gets the win over Code Luigi by about a nose. I would call that about 0.03 of a second maybe. The official margin of victory, yeah, about 0.02 of a second right there. Great finish here at Homestead, but your champion ends up in the second position. Code Luigi wins the championship in dominating fashion over Kevin Bannon. As Bannon had some issues here tonight, he ends up finishing 33rd after having to make an unscheduled pit stop for what we heard was a loose wheel. Adam Lewis wins the race. Code Luigi wins the championship. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Chevy 400 at Homestead. There were 2 caution flags for 8 laps and 13 lead changes among 7 different drivers. Adam Lewis, in the number 22, dominates this race in 12 laps, the most, to get to victory lane by Code Luigi. After a last lap pass, Luigi ends up second. I'm sure he's disappointed in that, but he is your Gatorade Cup Series Season number 5 champion. Code Luigi dominates the season and wins it here tonight. TJ Henley ends up 3rd. Solid day for him. Solid night to end out his season. Riley Sprayto took 4th, and Jeff Bright, a consistent 5th. Then Josh Mione 6th, Bray Owens 7th, Tim Gary 8th, Alexander Rowe 9th, Brandon Tharp rounding out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Jay Jefferson from the pole, he led 6 laps, ends up 19th after hitting the wall. That car just did not look the same, probably got caught up by some lap cars, and just could not get up to the front there at the end. But what a wild race that was. We had a 5-car battle there towards the middle of the race. There were 4 wide at one point with those 5. Very, very entertaining race there at the end. 24 cars finished on the lead lap, but we had some come down pit road at the end, possibly did not get enough fuel in. Kevin Bannon, heartbreak for him. He missed a wreck. Well, first he came down pit road, and then he missed a wreck, and then he got to 20th, restarted 19th, and then was marching his way forward when he had to make an unscheduled pit stop. It would have been very interesting to see he and Code Luigi race that thing out to see who could have gotten the championship. 34 cars finished the race running, as Andrew Miller was the last of them. Nichols, remember, he was out. Remember when he got spun by Kevin Bannon on the backstretch. So now let's go check at the full season point stage just to see how that turned up, because Code Luigi dominated that. When I say he dominated, I mean he dominated. 497 points. He would have beaten Jeff Bright. If we had just used this system, he would have beaten Jeff Bright by 497 points. That is amazing. He had 16 top 10s. The next highest, 14 by TJ Hanley and Evan Hunter. He had 9 top 5s, the most of anyone. A bunch of drivers had 8. Dustin, Heath, I believe that's Tharp. So yeah, a lot happened there. As there is your points. Code Luigi ends up with the championship in both. Jeff Bray ends up second in this format. Alexander Rowe 3rd, Kevin Bannon in 4th, and Francis Dustin 5th, and Justin Ethan 6th, Alex Stewart 7th, Brandon Tharp 8th, Patrick Smith 9th, and TJ Hanley 10th. So in the top 10, there were 2 non-chasers, Justin Ethan and Alex Stewart. They would have ended up 6th and 7th. Eli Bright made a charge up to 11th there in the last 12 races. I don't even remember if he was in the top 30 at all before the chase started. So interesting run there for the 88. Some chasers that didn't finish in the top 10 in points. I'm looking down, trying to find one. I don't actually see. Tim Gary in 20th. Just fell apart there in the chase. John West 24th, Levi Jones 25th, Joe Jefferson 26th. 3 chasers right there. Yeah, I believe that's actually all 12 chasers too. See, down here last season's champion Michael Gregory in 27th. Just very interesting to see how it would have played out under this format. See, Code Luigi had a 1,000 point lead over the guy in 31st in points. To look down, a lot of subs here this season, as DJ Reed missed a ton of races, missed 10 of them. filled in by both J.J. Reed and Derek Hamill. Carter Friesen missed 3 races, filled in for Steve Larker, or filled in by Steve Larker there at the end. Look at the right side and see the chase point standing. See how it kind of compares to the top 12 in this format. So it's probably very different. I haven't calculated the points yet, but it's probably a lot different. I believe the person who completed the most laps was Jeff Bright, who completed 95% of the laps. I don't see anyone else near 95, or someone has near 95, but I don't see anyone else with 95%. Most laps led, going off the top 20, would be Jason Simeo Jr. I don't know if that's an accurate fact or not. Most races led was, I believe, Code Luigi. He led 12 of the 38 races this season, so pretty good for him. Pretty dominating season there. So, as we end the 5th season of the Gatorade Cup Series, thanks everyone for watching for 5 seasons of the Gatorade Cup Series. It was one wild season. Very, very enjoyable. Can't wait to be back for his 6th season. That's a ton of seasons. It's not been a long time either since I started. So I'd like to have a big thanks to Code Luigi for painting some cars. TJ Henley painted a lot of cars this season. He painted all the chase cars, or he put all the chase things on them. So thanks to TJ, Code Luigi for painting cars. Zero painted some cars as well. I don't want to leave anyone out, but I believe those are the only people that painted cars. TJ made all the race thumbnails. Big thanks there. He does a very, very fantastic job with them. Thanks to myself for making the intro there. Thanks to myself for making the points format. But seriously, instead of thanking myself, thanks to everyone who watched. Thanks to everyone who signed up. It's one wild season, one wild series. Very popular. I didn't think it would get this popular ever, but it has. And I can't wait to do a 6th season. Season number 5 was great. Code Luigi, your champion, and a well-deserving champion too. If he didn't win the championship, probably would have been a letdown for the chase system. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for signing up. Thanks for doing what you do to support this series. See you guys for the 6th season. And for sign-ups, I'll announce them at a later date. There will probably be some montages in between then and there. Maybe something might be coming back. That's just a little teaser there. So thanks for watching. Congratulations to your champions for this season. In ARCA, the 35 of J.J. Reed, the 98 of Julius Harrison in the Penzo trucks. In Target, the 5 of Jeff Bright. And then in the Gatorade Cup Series, the number 42 of Code Luigi. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys for the next seasons.